Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Brave Kids Art Club. My name is Brad, and I am so excited to have you guys draw with me today. There's a really fun holiday coming up. Do you know what it is? Of course you do. It's Christmas. It's coming up in a couple weeks, so I figured we'd do something Christmas themed. That might be kind of fun. So today we're going to be drawing a gingerbread man. Those are those delicious cookies that are in the shape of a person that we decorate and eat around Christmas time. It's going to be a lot of fun to draw one, so let's make sure we have all of our tools first and let's get started. All right, as always, you need a nice clean sheet of paper. You're going to need a sharpened pencil and an eraser of some type because we're going to have to erase a lot of that sketch afterwards, especially after we do our outline with a dark marker or a pen. And then the fun part, we get to do some coloring. Now, you don't have to have markers. You can have pencils, crayons, paints, whatever else you want to use. I just happen to have a ton of markers here that I'm going to be using. So let's go ahead and start with our sketch. I think we should start with our gingerbread man's head first. Now, I need to tell you this. You can do a gingerbread woman if you want as well. They definitely have those. I just happen to be doing a gingerbread man. So you decorate your cookie however you want. But let's start with the main shape of our gingerbread cookie. So I'm going to start with the head. Let's start with the head right here. And we're going to center it, but it's going to be a little bit higher up on our page. We're going to draw the big circle right here to be our gingerbread man's head. There we are. You can be really loose with it. You don't have to be too precise yet because we're still trying to figure out where it's going to be. So I think that'll be a good size. We need to come up with the arms now. It's going to be symmetrical, same on both sides. So maybe we should just do one side and then we'll just copy it on the other. Maybe we'll do that. So the head and the arms are going to be it's a cookie, so it's going to be kind of thick. The limbs, the arms, the legs, those are your limbs, are going to be pretty thick. So let's start by going like this. Let's give him a little arm to go up. They're going to be a happy little gingerbread man. Arm's going to go up. We're going to kind of curve it over here. And maybe we'll just keep curving it around here like that. There we go. That looks like a good gingerbread arm, and we'll connect the head with the arms here, probably like that, but we'll worry about that more in a second. See that little curve right there? All right, so now from the arms, I need to create the rest of the body going down into the legs. So we're gonna go straight down, and then we're gonna start curving out a little bit for the feet. Goes right into the feet. All right. Now this part's going to look a little different. It's not going to be just completely rounded off. We're going to kind of go up a little bit. Come around. It's not going to be like see, this could be kind of a circle at the end, right? So this one's going to be a little different because it's the foot. It's going to be stretched out a little bit more. We're going to go like that. We're going to bring this leg in towards the middle. And if you need to help figuring out where the middle is, just kind of draw a line. So we're going to draw it towards the middle, and then we're going to do a little curve right here to go into the other leg. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty yummy. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing on this side. We're going to go up a little bit, and we're going to start to curve it around. Like I said, if it helps to draw a circle there and just kind of go around the outside of the circle, you can definitely do that. But let's go in a little bit. Then let's start drawing our leg again, the body going down into the leg. Like we have it over here, we have it curving out. Is that about even? Yeah. You can draw lines to help you figure out if it's even, or it doesn't really matter too much, right? Because it's a cookie. It's not going to be perfect. We're lucky if all the limbs are still on there by the time it's cooked. They break off super easy. Cool. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. So now we got to start make sure this head is connected to the rest of the body. So just do like a little curve right there, and we'll connect it to the rest of the body. Now, you know what? I'm going to do one thing. I'm actually going to move this out a little bit because I think the neck's going to need to be a little thicker than that. So let's do it right here. There we are. I like that better. I think we need a stronger neck on our gingerbread man so it doesn't fall apart. And then you can erase all these, like if you did circles right here, go ahead and erase that. We don't want to make sure we don't get those confused and fill those in. If you have a line down the middle, erase all that stuff in the middle. There we are. Perfect. Okay, so now we got the body of our gingerbread man, and now we need to decorate him. So this is where you get a chance to do whatever you want, and maybe you decorate your cookies a different way than I do, and that's totally fine. I'm going to just do it my way, and then if you want to change it up, go ahead. We have the main shape of the body, so I think we're good. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's make it look a little bit more like a cookie. It's not just a cut-out piece of paper. It's a cookie, so it has dimension, meaning it's if you like flipped it around, it's going to be like this eraser here. If you look at it like this, it's flat, but then if you twist it like this, you could tell that it's thicker. So we don't know if this is thicker, do we? But we can add something to this to make it look thicker. Give it the illusion of being a full cookie. So go on the edge here. We're just going to kind of copy some of these lines. Kind of go out to the side like this. And just kind of draw kind of a circle off to the side like that. Do that. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to start up here a little bit. Kind of go off of it. And we're going to add a little bit of depth to our cookie. And we'll do the same thing over here. So it looks like we're looking at it from kind of an angle, so you can tell that it is a thicker cookie. I like the look of that. I think that'll look really a lot more convincing that this is a cookie than just a flat drawing. So this is a way that you can make things look like they're dimensional. It's just by kind of drawing, just almost like repeating the same shape over just a slight bit, and then connecting it. So maybe we'll do the same thing over here, right? But just make sure it stays on the same side. If we're going to make it thicker over here, you need to make it thicker on this side too. Don't make it thicker on this end, because then it would look all kind of funky. It wouldn't look right. So we're going to kind of go like this. Okay? And maybe one last little one right over here. Just underneath that arm. Awesome. Okay, so now he looks dimensional. He looks like an actual cookie. You could scrape him off the pan there. Okay, now back to the decorations. Let's do the eyes. I'm going to do the eyes right here. Just do 2 little circles. 2 little circles, and then we're going to do a smile, little smiley face right here. I'm going to make it thicker like it was some icing. Usually you do some icing to make all the little decorations on top of there. Use some fun icing. Ooh, there we go. It's not perfect, but if I was to ice my own cookies, it probably wouldn't look perfect, to be honest. All right, let's give him a little bow tie. I'm gonna draw a little sideways triangle there. A little circle in the middle and a little sideways triangle on either side. You got a little bow tie. And we'll do some little circles right here for some buttons. Make them look all classy. You ever seen the movie Shrek? They have the gingerbread man. He's a really funny character in that movie. And he has little gumdrop buttons. Makes you think of that. All right, so now we just gotta do we'll do the little squiggly lines there on the arms and the legs, and then we should be done with the decorations. Now, I was curious why we even ever made these. Like, who thought to make gingerbread men, and what do they have to do with Christmas? So I looked it up, and gingerbread man cookies, the first ones ever recorded or being, of having been made was by Queen Elizabeth I, and she made them for these famous people that were visiting at a party, and she made gingerbread cookies in the shape of the people that came, and decorated them to look like them. And so that was the first instance of a gingerbread cookie. But gingerbread itself has actually been around for like thousands of years, surprisingly. I had no clue it's been around that long. But it's been around for a really long time. And I was then curious, like I said, what does it have to do with Christmas time? Well, there is always the thought that spices would, warm you up. And so maybe that's what I had to do. Maybe that's why it was kind of brought up around Christmas time. It's cold around Christmas time. Oh, I kind of made that kind of funky, but that's okay. And so maybe that's why the cookies were kind of brought out. Gingerbread in specific was brought out around that time. I'm going to do a little line right there to make it look like, because that's where the arm and the body connect. And then we're going to keep going with the arms. We'll go around here. Around that. If you had a hard time drawing circles, you're not the only one. I usually try and use something to help me draw better circles. So if you had something to help you, that's smart. Sometimes I just freehand it because either I'm lazy or I think I can do it. I think I can make it look good enough just without having any tools. Have you ever made gingerbread cookies? I actually really like them. I think they're really tasty. My mom made really good gingerbread cookies growing up. And hers were really fluffy. Really soft and fluffy. And I really like those. They're probably a close cousin to ginger snaps. I think isn't that the only difference between a gingerbread and ginger snap is how hard they are? I'm not sure. I'm curious now. I love ginger snaps as well. Do you know that the biggest gingerbread cookie ever made weighed like 1,400 pounds? It was actually made by the furniture company IKEA. They had a bunch of people made it in, I think it was Norway. And they broke the record for the biggest gingerbread cookie ever. How big did that have to be? 1,400 pounds, it's huge. Oh man, why did I make the eyeball kind of wonky? That is a really, really, really big cookie. Okay, we got the mouth. How's your decorations coming on your faces? I hope they're turning out better than mine. Mine's a little bit, it's turning out like the faces of the actual gingerbread cookies I make. Kind of wonky. That's what I'm going for. I'm trying to make this look like a real cookie. If it looked too perfect, then it wouldn't look like a cookie. Either that or I'm rationalizing. Oh, perfect. Okay, well that works. That's good enough for me. Then I gotta just do is I just gotta erase all of the pencil underneath here, and I think I'm good to go. I'll go ahead and then I'll color it after that. So go ahead and do that. We'll meet up right after. Last little button. Perfect. All right, my gingerbread man is finished, and I'm really happy with how he turned out. I hope you guys had a good time, and hopefully you guys enjoyed how yours turned out as well. Maybe you did some other unique things with yours to decorate it the way that you wanted to, and that's perfectly fine. And now that we're finished, what do we need to do? That's right, we need to sign our name on the bottom here so everybody knows that this is ours. Well, I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Make sure that you stick around at the end. It is Friday, so that means that we get to show off your work at the very end of this. So we'll have a little carousel of your guys' work, and thank you guys so much for sharing it with me. I always love seeing what you guys are making, and you can do that by just going on Instagram and direct messaging us at Brave Kids Art Club, or you can just tag us at Brave Kids Art Club with your artwork. So enjoy, and remember, before you go, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you. All right, we'll see you guys next time.